thought today I would do something a little different and showcase some jewelry that I found recently that I thought were super sweet and very special and sparkly, and I wanted to show this a little bit differently than how I normally do. So I put everything that I wanted to show in this cute vintage tin. It's made in England. I love hand painted and floral tins. I think they're really beautiful. So let's go ahead and open up and see what we have. I do have one thing that I made recently, and I'll just show that one first. If you're new to my channel, I've been making these beaded bugs recently. I just take some old buttons and add some vintage beads, salvaged beads from broken pieces of jewelry, and try to make something new with them. And I am having a lot of fun making these. They're actually super simple, and there are a ton of tutorials online. Just look up beaded spider ornament. Mostly people make these for Christmas, but I've made smaller ones, so it could be like a pendant, a brooch. You can make even tiny ones and make earrings. So it's just wire and beads and buttons, and that's it. And just wrapped it all together, and I'm having a lot of fun with them. So I'm gonna make more, maybe different bugs too. I've got some just cute little vintage linens that I've recently found, and I thought this was so adorable. I've never seen a brooch like this. The petals are plastic, very thin, and they're flexible, and kind of like the vintage plastic like floral centerpieces like that were popular in the 60s, 70s. So that's probably when this was made. And there's some AB rhinestones in there, and a little faux pearl center, and it's not marked, but it is just super sweet. I think I looked online and saw that I want to say it was Vendome made a set like this, very similar, with the big poofy mum flower and like matching earrings, and they're very collectible. So I was really excited to find that one. Now get to the next layer. Most of this is going to be really sparkly vintage brooches. Got a couple other pieces. I've showed, I believe, these two before. I do have a short about cleaning this up. It was so dull and not sparkly at all, very dingy, and I just quickly wiped it up, and it was like night and day. And I got this at the same time. This has like a spider web shape, very beautiful colored, this pale pink and these faux turquoise in both of them. And then I found this one recently. It's like a curled leaf, could also be a feather, and it's got all these beautiful blue rhinestones. There's a few dead ones, or they're darker, and all of these are BSK, and I find their jewelry just so beautiful. They're not all like this style, but I love them. I think they're beautiful, and some of them are collectible. I've actually had these for sale for a while, and no one's gotten them yet. And this one, I love the colors. Here's just another really beautiful wreath style rhinestone brooch. We have some very light brown colored rhinestones, and then these yellow, which I've heard people refer to this color as jonquil, this pale yellow color. And I guess you could call this like a topaz color. And then these beautiful AB rhinestones. This one's not marked, but very well made, very pretty. I love fruit jewelry, and my favorite are the Austrian crystal like berry brooches, and they have like the frosted little fruit on like a little branch. Very collectible, and they're just so darling. This one is got some green enamel and these really pretty sparkly red rhinestones, and this one's actually marked pale, P-E-L-L. I guess it's a more like common brand. I don't think their pieces are really sought after or super collectible. It's kind of like Jerry's. Jerry's is also another collectible brand. You find the pieces a lot, but still very cute. These are really pretty ribbon gold with these beautiful green and blue colors, and I believe these are glass. These are a type of porphyry glass, which I've gone over in my bicolor glass identification video, and you'll see these striations through the glass. It looks like slag glass or like an agate. This is unusual because it has two different colors, a light blue and a green, and they're just really pretty, and they're unmarked, but they are such nice quality. I wouldn't be surprised if these went with a set, like a necklace and a bracelet, and only those pieces were signed and not the earrings. You will find that a lot. So this could be a designer, and they're just unmarked. Really, really pretty. These are so fun and so sparkly. These also have those jonquil colored rhinestones, and you've got the filigree backing, and not marked. A lot of these are actually not marked that I have. And these really funky glass, probably check glass. And I don't know if it's just me, but these look like corn kernels to me. So they make me laugh. I find them really funny, but also very pretty. Now these are probably the most special pieces that I have in this lot. Not necessarily my favorite, because a lot of these are my favorite. I have a short about this glass, and it is called Saphiret glass. And I need to make sure that I'm getting this right, but I do know Saphiret glass is an antique glass. It is a sapphire colored glass mixed with gold, which gives it this mauve color. The gold does, but then when the light hits it, it just shines blue. And the antique pieces are very sought after. And then in the 50s, glass makers in Germany remade this glass, and it's referred to as Saphiret glass, which I believe is what I have here. It's not, you can tell since they're clip-on rhinestone earrings that they're not like antiques. These are probably best referred to as Saphiret, but still really beautiful glass, how it glows like that. This is my second time finding a jewelry piece like this, and they are just stunning. I love them, and they are also unmarked. So that's that layer, and I'll just show you this really beautiful embroidered handkerchief on this like gauzy material. I can't think of the name of it right now. Really pretty ribbon flowers. Now, oh yes, we'll do this one first. At first glance, this looks like a Victorian piece. It's actually a Victorian revival piece. So in the mid-century era, Victorian jewelry style became super popular, and so many designers and brands redid revival pieces. And so this one is by Sphinx, and it has a number there. It has this really nice etched, I think that's glass, a faux pearl, and these black rhinestones. Really pretty. Then I have this beautiful topaz colored rhinestone brooch. I love the shape of this. It's very unusual. We've got some Aurora Borealis rhinestones, and they're all prong set, and these are actually by the brand Star, and it says made in Austria. So these are Austrian crystal rhinestones, very, very sparkly, very pretty. Now, this is very special. At first glance, I was like, oh, this is nice. It might be sterling, more modern piece made to look like an antique. You've got these roses here, very pretty, kind of three-dimensional. And then on the back, it's signed Peruzzi Silver 800 Florence. And then I looked at the clasp. We have a tube hinge here, and then like a early safety clasp here. I don't really see them in this style very often. So when I looked into this company, it was started, of course, in Florence, Italy, the Peruzzi family, and It started in the late 1800s, and actually it is still an active company today. And some of the family members opened up a flagship store in Boston in 1910, and the American market just, loved their stuff. So I'm sure that's where this came from, since I'm in the US. And so looking at the clasp, I would say this is probably from around the time they, started selling here in the US. And so probably around the 20s, I would think, because I don't think this tube hinge was used much after the 20s and 30s. So it is about, an antique. So I just thought this was really, really neat. Now I have, like that one, I had a few really pretty silver pieces, and this one really caught my eye. I love Art Nouveau style jewelry, and anything really. I have several collectibles that are Art Nouveau inspired, and this one's not, from the Art Nouveau era in the early 1900s. It's a newer piece. I couldn't figure out who made this, or what era, but it is marked 925 here, and also right in here. And I found some of these are actually silver plated, some are, I think, copper, different metals. So it must have been widely reproduced. And I just thought it was so cool. She's reminds me of like a planet like Saturn, the way her hair wraps around and the stars, just really unusual. I love this piece. Now I have a couple of really cute sterling baby chick brooches. I actually have about 10 of these. I bought them all from the same person, and they all have different colored rhinestone eyes. Just thought they were so darling, and they're all marked sterling. Now I couldn't quite figure out when or where these were made. They're obviously artisan made. They've been cut out and soldered. They remind me of like Taxco, sterling pieces made in Mexico. So I'm not sure exactly, but they were just so cute, and I love chickens. Now, let's see. There's this one really cute piece, and I'll show those last. I thought this was so adorable. This is supposed to look like one of those old candlestick telephones where you speak into this piece and you grab this off the little loop, I can't think of the word, and you put it up to your ear so you could hear. And I just thought that was so unusual. I never seen a rhinestone or brooch like that. Really cute piece. Now these next pieces are not vintage, and I wanted to show them partly because they're still beautiful, and they're kind of have a vintage style to them, but I just want to point out how a lot of jewelry you find today A lot of people get them confused for vintage pieces because whoever made these was really, I think, trying to mimic older pieces, and some of them really try to deceive you into thinking it is vintage. Now, these were probably made in China, like a lot of jewelry is today. If you shop on, you know, the really popular one, I don't really want to mention their names because I don't really want to promote them, but they're very popular right now, and they do have really pretty pieces, but I've noticed in their listings they'll say like they're vintage. I've even seen pieces actually marked like Monet, and they're trying to pass it off as like an actual vintage, like a statement piece from the 90s. And some of them are trying to be deceiving, and you know, that's not good at all. So I just wanted to show these. I really like these. Don't get me wrong, they're really pretty. I'm not saying these are trying to look like you know, a vintage designer, but just so you know how to tell between like a vintage piece as opposed to something, you know, modern, mass produced now today. You also just have to feel it. Like, it just has a different feel to it. Obviously the backing looks different than, let's say, like this piece, or let's say like this piece. I don't know, it's hard to describe. You just have to like handle a lot over time, I guess. Also too, you can kind of see the metal is really starting to tarnish in some places. And I'll show this linen too because it's really cute. It's like this damask satin fabric with this beautiful cross-stitch floral basket in the middle. So I hope you guys enjoyed seeing these pieces, and let me know how you thought of me presenting this. I wanted to do something a little different and like pretty and creative because these pieces are really beautiful, and I don't know, I just felt like I wanted to do something a little more deserving for them. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed this content, please give the video a like or a thumbs up. That's the little icon right under the title. Also too, if you have not, I would love it if you could subscribe to my channel. It should be up top. If you're looking at my home page, it should be I think near my name. It'll have subscribe. If you're already subscribed, it'll say subscribed, and you can click on it and you can pick if you want notifications from me. So if you want to be notified on your phone that I just uploaded a video, you'll click all notifications, and then also check in your settings for YouTube on your phone that you allow settings, because I've had to change that because I wouldn't get notified of other people's videos, and that was why. So yeah, and also if you want to leave a comment below, let me know what your favorite pieces were. I'd really love to hear from you. I love chatting with you guys. You guys have really helped me just create a fun place to hang out, talk about jewelry, And also, you guys have really inspired me to keep crafting and keep making things, and I have so many ideas and so many plans for what I want to do. Definitely want to make more of these. These are super fun and fairly easy, so I would love it if you guys made some of your own. So yeah, that's all I have for you today, and I will see you guys later.